We have a philosophy in our program that we talk about called WAKE. May of 2018, I was fortunate enough to be hired on to be the first head coach in William Penn men's volleyball history. And since then, we've had a pretty crazy journey to get to this point. So I was recruiting for a whole year, and then in the fall of 2019, we brought our first class in here. And ever since then, we've been making steady progress, and I've been very fortunate to be a part of some great classes and some great seasons here at William Penn. The first year of the program was cut short by the pandemic, but we won 6 matches with a team full of freshmen, so it was a pretty great year for us. In the second year, we won 10 matches, and going into year 3, we had pretty high expectations, and I'd say we even exceeded those. We ended up going 23-9. We qualified for the national tournament. We were ranked as high as number 2 in the country at one point, and we had multiple wins over top 10 teams, including number 1 Grandview University, which hadn't lost in 54 matches. And so the progress that we've made over the years has been great. It's been highlighted by some great wins. We had some great individual awards. We had 3 All-Americans last year, the National Newcomer of the Year, National Player of the Year. Our team has been a scholar team, an NAIA scholar team the last 2 years, and we're just very excited about the point that we're at in our program and the progress we've made. And at this point, we feel like the sky's the limit. And so, yeah, very fortunate to be a part of a great conference, and we know that our success and everything we've done so far has been really well earned, and very excited for us the way up going forward. We have a philosophy in our program that we talk about called WAKE, and basically what that means is we take the example that a boat leaves a wake behind it when it travels through the water, and the same kind of thing we talk about when we meet people. We always leave something behind. So basically, what impact are you leaving on people that you interact with? And so we talk about the wake that you're leaving here at William Penn. So for our players, it's really important for us that they leave a positive wake at the people in their lives. So something that we've started in the beginning of the program was we have all of our players greet each other when they meet each other or see each other. So every time we have a team meeting, every time we have practice, they walk in the locker room, whatever that might be, they're required to greet each other. So that's whether with a fist bump or a high five or a handshake. And what that does is we really want to make sure our players understand that everyone's important. And no matter what, you can say hi and acknowledge everyone in the room. And I think sometimes we can find ourselves that normally we'll go in and we might not say hi to each other, we might not talk to each other, but really what we find is if you acknowledge each other and you at least say hi to everyone, then we're making a connection. And that connection is going to go much further beyond the court and beyond the locker room than anything else. The second part of that is we started something in our program a couple years ago where every fall we have our players get up in front of the team and give a presentation on their own life. And so they create a PowerPoint, and they basically have to talk about from when they're born to present day. And we really stress that it's important that we know each other off the court as well. And that's huge for us because I think the biggest thing we can do is get to know each other and create relationships with each other. And the more we can do that, the better. And so having that presentation allows our players to get to know each other on a deeper level and maybe find things out that we didn't know before. Another thing that we talk about all the time is hard work, and I know, again, every program wants their players to work hard, but really what we're trying to talk about is working hard on the court, but working hard off the court as well, and instilling and cultivating a little bit of a reputation of just being the hardest workers that we know. We really feel that if we can work hard right now, we're going to set ourselves up for the future. And we tell our players all the time that the 2 best things you can do is work hard and treat people well. And we really want that to happen right now. But after they leave here, no matter what they're doing, is carry that over. And I think having success right now in our program, showing that hard work is a really important part of what we're trying to do. We have an award every week that we give out called the Wake Award. And it talks about the Wake philosophy that I talked about. And what that is we have a player, the previous winner, gives out the next award for that week. And so the players are taking ownership of it. And really what they're doing is they're trying to recognize someone in our program that exemplifies the Wake philosophy, but also hard work, being respectful, having humility, all those things. And that's just another way for us to basically show that we want to do those things and we're celebrating those people. And then the last thing they do is they sign the wall in our locker room, and that basically forever puts them in our program for years to come, and it kind of gives them a little bit of a legacy they can leave here, which is what we're really trying to accomplish. Another one of our core values that we talk about a lot is humility. And I always think of an Italian proverb that we live by, and basically it goes, at the end of the game, the king and the pawn go back in the same box. So it's a reference to chess, and basically what that means is you could have the most important piece of your team and the least important piece of your team, but at the end of the day, they're still going back in the same box. And the same thing we think about in our program, no matter who is on the court, at the end of the game, we're still going to end up in the same locker room. We're still going to, take the same shoes off and get undressed and get ready to get back on the bus. And I think what that says about our program is that we're really trying to preach a level of humility. And no matter what, again, if it's our starting All-American right side or maybe a brand new freshman who hasn't played yet, no matter what we're doing, we're trying to preach that across the board. And I think that's a really important part of our success so far. Kind of going along those lines, there's a couple words that we talk about a lot when it comes to humility, and one of those is being real, the other one's being genuine. And we feel like if you could be real and genuine throughout your life, you're going to have success. And we try to do that no matter what we're doing. And we tell our guys all the time, the more genuine you can be, the better we're going to be moving forward. And I think that's a really important part of our program in knowing that that's a good life lesson of just being who you are, and it's going to get you really far in life. Another one of our core values we talk about is respect. And I know that's kind of an overused term, and most teams just assume that respect is a part of the program. For us, we kind of take it a step further. The New Zealand rugby team called the All Blacks, they have a saying in their program called "No dickheads." And basically, we try to live by that. And we've adopted that, and we tell our guys all the time that being a respectful person is the most important thing we can do. So whether it's on the road with people in a restaurant or at a hotel, our bus driver, no matter what it is, we are trying to be respectful in everything that we do. There's a story that a parent told me a while back that they were watching one of our games in person. We were on the road, and basically our team was extremely respectful, had a lot of class. We actually lost in 5 sets, and the other team was a little bit of the opposite of that. And the dad said that he reached out to us and wanted his son to be a part of our program for that exact reason. So for a young kid and a parent to see us not here in Oskaloosa on the road, and for them to reach out and want him to come to William Penn, all based on our players being respectful, kind of tells us that we're doing something right. So that's a great lesson for our guys, and that's what we're trying to do every day when we represent our program.